Would it not be more proper to call a toilet a shitty as opposed to a shitter? Because you see, toilets receive the shit. Therefore, the shitter would be the one that presents the shit. Just another thing I think about, folks. One thing that I kind of had on my mind, speaking of shit, that life, you know, I mean, I don't know how to say this without coming off as like a woe is me kind of douche, and I really don't mean it that way, because my end message is that it's okay. But life doesn't really like me a whole lot. Not really. Not really. I don't think that, you know, suicide is ever an answer. Outside of, you know, certain medical conditions and that sort of thing. I mean, it's better to not live for 15 years in agony. Well, let me not say it's better. Let me just say that it's their fucking decision. You know, I get that. And I'm not saying it because I want to die or anything. I fucking don't. Like, suicide ain't the way I would go. I really don't think. Like, I've spoken on it before, and the last time, like, I think I was just angry, and, you know, shit was going on. But, like, that's not for me, because, like, life doesn't, like, you don't understand. Like, I would think that the way that I would go out, it would be like I just won the lotto and then I get hit by a bus, you know, or I'm like, I just got hired and then somebody comes in and just starts shooting up the place. Like, that would be the type of thing to where, like, just before it happened, I'd just be sitting there like, yeah, this makes sense. Like, that's what would, you know, like, and not to say that I wouldn't try, you know, I got people out here rooting for me that, you know, I would give a shit about trying to make it out, you know, and I'm not above, like, I don't have shame in a lot of things a lot of people would have shame about. Like, if there was like a mass shooting, I ain't above pulling some fat fucker over me and hiding. I'm not above that. I'm not above that. Because it's better that I make it so I can tell the tale than not make it and be what? Honored? Fuck out of here with that. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, life hasn't been the best. it certainly hasn't been the worst though. I have a large share of blessings. It's just, this is the weird thing about life. It's just that the challenges always seem so much worse while you're in them, and the good times seem so minuscule while you're in them. You know, there's a thing people say about, you know, not knowing that you're in the good old days while you're in them. Why do our brains do that? That has to be a psychological thing that has been studied for years, and I just haven't seen the results and seen how the question gets answered. Why the fuck does our brain do that to us? Why do we sit here and fucking agonize over the bad shit? But then when we're in really good, cool situations, we're just like, yeah, I mean, this is cool and all, but what are we doing next week? Like, why the fuck do we do that? Why would it not be backwards? Why don't we say, you know, this is tough, but we're in a fucking deal and it'll be alright. And then in the good times, we're just like, this is the best fucking shit ever. You know, why? That's a genuine question I have. I try to think that way. I try to, you know, put that in my walk, so to speak. But it is fucking hard. And I don't know why we aren't just like hardwired to be that way in the first place. I would think it'd be a lot better for us. And even if it's like a reaction to like dinosaurs and shit, like wouldn't it be better? Like wouldn't you feel more like, I don't know, motivated to not get ate by fucking raptors if you knew the shit was going well in your life at the time? Like wouldn't, or is it just all about the negative? Like, oh shit, there's a raptor. And I need to get the fuck out of here now. Like, is it just always, is everything born of fight or flight? Like, I need to get the fuck out of here or kill this fucker dead so that I don't have to get out of it. Like, what? I don't know. But, you know, I was thinking about my life because I've been watching this show. And I'm not going to spoil it. But I figured out of the episodes what it's about. And the theme, I think I can tell you without spoiling anything. It would actually just help to understand a lot more of it. I think that the theme, oh shit, I didn't even say the show. I'm sorry. The name of the show is Black Mirror. And it's this British show. And it's one of the craziest fucking things I've ever seen. First of all, I'm a sucker for television-based experiments. I dig whenever a show does something that's just like new and not like there's not a formula out there that's proven this works. You know, like this show has this thing where every episode it at least the ones I've seen are like the rest of the episodes just didn't even happen. I guess you could call it kind of Twilight Zone-ish, but what they do with the setting pushes it way beyond that. I mean, I know I'm saying that, you know, it's not a proven formula, and I really don't think it. I don't think that Twilight Zone is the proven formula for this show, because this show is a lot more tech based than like supernatural based, and they're not really trying to spook you. Basically, what the theme of the show seems to be to me is in the name, Black Mirror. It's showing us as viewers a reflection of our darkest selves. And not like, you know, by individuality, but just by the darkness in us. It's like showing us all of the shit we would be capable of if we had technology like the technology in this world. And just all of the stories that just end up just dark and not necessarily tragic, but just dark. You know, like the first episode, I'm not gonna spoil what happens, but I'm just gonna talk about the premise, because I think that the premise is one of those reflections. Just the fact that the episode was longer than 15 minutes, I think, is the reflection of, I mean, they twist it later in the episode and show another, you know, viewpoint and that sort of thing. But To me, that whole fucking episode would have been 15 minutes. And I'll tell you what the premise is now. So if you don't want to know anything about it, then, skip over this. But it's really not. It's just the premise. It's what the shit. Well, actually, I saw it on Netflix and they don't exactly say what I'm going to say, but it's the gist. So, the prime minister, right? And if you're in America and you don't give a shit about other countries, think of it like the president, okay? So, whoever rules shit where you are, think of them, okay? And now, think about terrorists kidnapping an important person. In this case, it was the queen, not the queen, I'm sorry. It was the princess, I think. Because it was like the queen's or king's daughter, so I would assume princess. I don't know if they actually called her that in the show, but I don't know. Anyway, princess or who important daughter person gets fucking just taken, right? And they're saying we're gonna kill her if the prime minister does not fuck a pig on television. Now, I did say fuck a pig on television. I don't mean steal the pig's tax money. I'm talking about placing his dick vigorously inside of this pig repeatedly to completion, or this person dies. To me, I'm the prime minister. I hear that news. All right, let's get a team together, set up the cameras, give me 2 pigs. One, I might need a backup pig. You bring me a bunch of condoms, you bring me some porn. Let's fucking go. Because nobody is going to die because I'm not willing to fuck a pig. Like, I would have said that shit on television. I'd have been like, okay, that's what you want? You want me to fuck a pig? You'll let it go, right? Because everybody's about to be the witness to this shit. You cool? You cool with that? Okay, fine. And then go find me a couple of oinkers. Let's get this show roaded. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't... Like, a lot of the show could have been... Like, a lot of that episode could have been fucking handled if you just fucked a pig, dude. Why is it so fucking... Like, I'm not going to go on the spoiler territory, but I'm just going to say measures were taken so that this man did not, so that he wouldn't have to fuck this pig. And I'm just like, really? Like, I understand not negotiating with terrorists. I get that. I do. But that's not, their mantra. This is the prime minister. This ain't the president. Different mantras. I don't know if they say over there about, not negotiating with terrorists and all that shit, but I'm just saying, had it been me, bring me a couple. Don't skimp on the porn or the condoms. Let's fucking go. Let's do what we gotta do. Like, and it's like, how do you go home to a wife having not fucked the pig in this scenario? I'm just, because he's a prime minister, of course he's fucking married, right? So how the fuck do you go home and you look your wife in the eye? Hey, shit, it would have been inconvenient and embarrassing. Is that what you say? This motherfucker is dead now. This grown woman. Well, I don't know if she was grown. I think she was grown. She might have been teenish. But anyway, this woman is dead now. She's fucking dead. She's dead. Your job is to work for the people. That's what you do. You are the sacrifice of yourself for your people. You are a servant to the people. That's the point of you being elected in the office. Am I wrong? So then why the fuck ain't you fucking pigs? I don't understand. I think my wife would not respect me in two scenarios. One scenario being I thoroughly enjoyed fucking the pig, and the second, if I did not fuck the pig, because fuck them. I think that my wife would not respect me if either of those two things happen, and she'd be absolutely right. She'd be absolutely fucking right. I shouldn't be out here pig fucking with a smile on, but I should be out here pig fucking. That's all. You know. So that being said, Black Mirror is a really good show. It's really well done. I haven't gone through an episode and felt like, well, I don't really give a shit about that. You know, it's always been so. But let me fully explain. Let me confess. I care a lot more about tech and innovative ideas regarding tech than a lot of television viewers. Like, a lot of people, you know, they say that, I don't know, what the fuck could I use? Well, I mean, a lot of people would be like, well, you know, Breaking Bad is the greatest show to ever exist. And I get why they would say that. Breaking Bad is fantastic. But to me, I don't think it could ever be the greatest show to me because there's nothing. Well, let me not say that. Everything in the show is plausible. I was going to say nothing in the show is ridiculous. That's not true. But everything in the show is plausible and realistic. I don't think anything super realistic could be my fave in that sense, but I do acknowledge that it is a very, very well crafted show. Black Mirror, with its tech and the stuff that they come up with, like one simple thing that just I about teared up when I thought about having it. Was this thing where there was basically a hard drive in your head somewhere. I don't know if they fully explained this concept, but you could maybe it's in the cloud. I don't fucking know. But you could always like you were always recording whatever you looked at, and you could just save it for later, or you could go back and rewatch shit that just happened to you. So it was just like, you know, if you're in an argument with somebody and they try and pull some shit and lie to you, you can go back and like bring it up on the wall and shit and be like, yeah, you said this here, and play it for them. I was just, you know, the court system alone, like shit like that would just be so. Crime would drop. Well, crime probably wouldn't drop. Wrongful convictions would drop. They just drop. It wouldn't be impossible, you know, because that which is programmable is hackable. So there is that, but that shit would drop. So I just wanted to share my enjoyment. Black Mirror is a good time. I've been watching it on Netflix. There's a new season coming to Netflix as of this recording. I don't know the date. I don't really care. I just kind of wake up, look at Netflix and be like, hey man, what the fuck is going on with this thing? What's in the recent? Oh, all right, let's give this shit a whirl. And that's about how I treat Netflix. So, yeah, I mean, I just wanted to make that clear. Another thing also had me thinking, about the human race and the way people are. And I was kind of wondering, and it's died down since I started thinking of it, but about the whole zombie obsession. And it took me a while of thinking, and I think I finally got it. I think I finally understand the message about the zombie obsession. Because people are all like, I love zombies. And people would say this, and I'd be like, What? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, loving zombies is weird to me because typically, I mean, there are shows and movies that debunk this idea, but the base level zombie, the zombie that you think about when I say the word zombie, there's nothing there to love. There's no fucking personality. There's no fucking, I don't know, cool ass weapon, or like there's no personality trait. There's nothing there to get hype about, because it's just a fucking wandering person thing that just tries to bite you so that you can become one of them and then do the same shit it's doing. Like it's there's nothing that, like, it would, I don't understand that sentence. People are like, I love zombies. Like, no, maybe it's just the love that I don't understand. And let me tell you, my research into fetishes and the way that my wife watches television shows, both instances have let me know clearly that there are loves that are beyond my reach and that I will never understand. There are things and entertainment areas that people just fucking love, and I look at them and I'm like, you know what? This right here, this little slice of this earth, it's not my slice. Let's go back the fuck on up, go over here. And zombies, like, I'm not really that big of a guy into zombies, but I think what people mean when they say they love them is that they love the idea of being able to kill a person with no consequences. And I think that's where it comes from. I'd be surprised if I made it all the way through Black Mirror and there was nothing kind of like zombies, because like right now I'm about halfway through the series. Actually, I think I'm a little more than halfway, and I haven't seen any zombie thing yet. And they might not do it because it might be a little too on the nose for the theme, but I think that's what really attracts people to the whole zombie mythos, is the fact that if you're in a zombie apocalypse setting, there's a large amount of people, or at least people-esque things, that you can fucking stab in the face and be cheered for doing so. You can't do that now. Somebody, fucking, like, you're driving and somebody just comes and just veers damn near into your car and they just keep going like nobody gave a fuck. Or you're holding the door open and somebody just walks past like that's your fucking job to hold the door open for them, and they don't say thank you or anything. Like both those instances where you just want to make the day their last one, at least their last peaceful one. Like those thoughts, if you see a zombie, you could just fucking do it. You just fucking walk up, you take a fucking pick, and you just, and it's just over. It's fucking over. You don't want to do it to your family, which is always weird to me, because I'm like, that ain't them no more. Like that's not them. That's a whole other fucking thing that's not even close to who you loved and adored and all that shit. That ain't them. That ain't been them for the past 5 minutes. Ever since the fucking eyes turned white, they gone. They're fucking gone. You mourn the colorful eyes. You don't mourn the white ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see somebody that I know and have known for years. They approach me with them whites. They getting asked 2 times if it's contacts. They don't say nothing. It's over. It's fucking over. You better back off of me. Like, yo, first time asking, are those contacts? Second time asking. And then you fuck that shit. Lawnmower to the neck. Fuck that. No, we're fucking done. I don't care. I don't care if it's my own mom. I love that woman. More than I could possibly describe. She come at me with them whites, yo. It better not be a bowling ball in the vicinity, because she ain't gonna be pretty no more. It's over. It's fucking over, man. I see these people in these movies. They're like, no, it's my wife. No, it's not, motherfucker. It's not. Hit her with a brick. It's fucking over. It's fucking over. I'm just, look, I just had to stop myself from spoiling something potentially. But outside of that, I just, I think it's got a lot to do with people just wanting to kill other people and not pay for it. Because you just don't, even in the scenario where you fuck up and you shoot somebody who ain't a zombie at the time, people still forgive you because your world is fucked. So you can even get away with like maybe 2 of those. If you do the third, they're probably gonna, surround you and then fuck you up. But 1 or 2, they can overlook that. So you can, that's 2 freebies on people you don't fucking like. And then you got this whole wave of cats that's just built for them. And if you notice, it's always the kill that means the most in these zombie, like when somebody, like if I use the example that I used earlier about the motherfucker that just walks in the door like you just there to hold the door for him, right? When you think about them and you think about wanting to hurt them, you know good and well you ain't thinking about like kicking them in the ankle. Maybe when they walk past you, you might think about tripping them. But like when they're gone and like they're a person again, they're not an opportunity. Because like when they approach you, they're an opportunity. But when they walk past you and keep going, they're a person. They're a person again. When they come and, go back into the personhood, you know where you want to hit them. You want to hit them in the back of the fucking neck. You want to hit them in the skull. You never want to. You never get so mad at a person that you just want to fuck up their shoulder. Like, that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. We're not that good of people. We don't want to hurt them and then just like, watch them get up and get mad and talk some shit and then leave. No, you want to put them in the ground with force, head first, like a fucking bird. Just and just jam it into the ground. Like that's what you want to do. When you think about hitting somebody's car with yours because they're a dick on the road. When you think about that, what do you think happens? What do you think is the result of that? Do you think that the airbag, comes out, catches them, and then there's this big thing. They get out of the car, and you're arguing back and forth. Is that the fantasy, or is the fantasy where the fucker's balloon thing doesn't come out, and they just fucking, like, they just didn't have a seatbelt on that day because of fate, and they just go flying out the front window, or the wind, what the fuck is it called? They go flying out of the fucking windshield, and their arms and legs don't even work anymore. They just fly, and they just keep going, and then they hit the ground face fucking first on the hottest day of the year, where the fucking gravel of the pavement just cooks their fucking face like an egg, even though it's only there for about a half second, because their body keeps going and the momentum snaps their neck on the way, because their face is laying flat on the fucking pavement, and then they just roll flop. Like, it's not rolling because they'd have to be sideways to roll. They're doing like this forward flip with half their body, and they just roll flop over and over and over until they just stop. And then like their arm and the other side of their face now, and maybe like the hand of the other arm, and all that shit is just cooking. It's just cooking on the pavement. And there's smoke, and their shoes are fucking gone. Their pants are half off. They fucking shit themselves because they're dead. Like, that is the fucking fantasy. Not this bullshit where they make it and come out and give you shit. Nobody dreams that. But in both those scenarios, what happens? Their head is fucked up. It's just like in these zombie stories. It's the same shit. The head has to get fucked up. And I've seen some pretty creative kills to zombies over the years, but that's always the fucking case. There's been one case where I've known of zombies to not have that. Actually, no. Well, those are more monsters. I won't even count them. But there's one instance, and that's in the game called Killer 7. There were zombies called Heaven's Smile, and the thing about them was you had to shoot them in a glowy part on their body, and that glowy part was randomized. That, it could be anywhere. It could be on their fucking hand. They were like, crystal gems in their gems and all that shit. I'm bringing up a lot of shit, and you're probably not going to know everything from what I'm talking about, but just know that I know what I'm talking about. Regardless. It was just, it puts together everything that we could possibly want, as far as just being able to just kill people with no mercy and no feeling at all. But then there's always that person in any zombie story that just kills a bunch of them because he gets mad. And that's the fucking, like, that should be used to just advertise whatever zombie thing it is. Just show the part where somebody loses their shit and just takes out 8. Just 8 of them. Solo. Fuck y'all. 8. just show that, and then just put the logo to whatever it is. Because that's essentially what you're marketing. You want people to jump into the bones of that person who goes fucking ape shit and murders 8 fucking walkers because they're mad because they took their spouse or whatever the fuck. Like, it's always because somebody's dead. Somebody dies, and then they're like, fuck this shit. I wasn't mad at the danger. I'm mad at the result. I'm about to take some motherfuckers out. And then they just do it. And for some reason they win. And then they make it for a while. They probably die later in the plane or some shit. But they do make it out of that scene. And I think a lot of that is because that's what they are. So I don't know. These were just some thoughts I was having, kicking around in my brain, because Some of this shit is just ridiculous. But yes, if you haven't, go watch Black Mirror. If you have, just tell me what you think of it. Tell me if you think I'm fucking crazy. If you haven't seen it and then you do see it and then you're like, fuck is wrong with you? Hey, come ask. I don't know if I'll have an answer, but you know, I'm down for chatting about it. Just, you know, obviously don't spoil shit for me. I don't know if you'll be able to by the time. Well, you probably will. Anyway, thank you for listening, and I'll catch you next time.